Amazon, and today we are doing Cancer's July reading. So, let's just get started. We're still in Cancer season, so I know you water babes, Cancer babes, are feeling the vibes, feeling the energy. A lot may be coming up for you all too, of course. This is your moment to thrive. It's your moment to reconfigure some things, release some emotions, find out new ways to express yourself, all that good stuff. So let's see. We're going to do, of course, a general overview. Then we're going to go into love and romance, career and finance, and lastly, some advice. So let's see what's up. What's going on with Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of July? Let's see. Okay, I was gonna say, I feel like you all are in your shells, right? Like I said, lots of things coming back up. See if anything else wants to come out. Okay. Let's start with these two cards first. I'm using Spellcaster's Tarot today. Oh boy. Alrighty, Cancers. So, the first card that came out was Justice in reverse. You've been definitely, of course, feeling that something is just not right. And I feel like you've been going back and forth with yourself about where exactly that thing is, right? You might have Libra placements. You might be dealing or around someone with strong Libra placements, but you've been feeling like you are not being treated properly. You feel like you're not being respected, and that somebody or something isn't doing right by you. And if that's what you feel in your intuition and in your spirit, then you're already right about that. And I feel like because of this, it's kind of stifling your willingness to move forward with something. That's why the Fool is here in reverse. This is Aries energy. Also Aquarius, so you might have Aries placements or Aquarius placements. But because you're not sure where this is happening, you're not able to pinpoint where this is exactly, where in your life this is exactly popping up. Like I said, it has you kind of feeling very cautious about taking new steps into something else, or even moving away from this thing. It has you anxious and not necessarily feeling encouraged to move forward. Let's see. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So that's not bad, as far as not obsessing over it in thought and not allowing it to, make you feel so anxious. But it is something that is still on your mind, and you want to make sure within yourself that whatever decision you decide to make is the decision that you actually want to make. And like I said, because of whatever may be happening here, it feels a little more difficult to do that. So you are in a place where you're just kind of waiting and watching and trying to see what's going on, but you feel it in your spirit. Yeah, see, with the Seven of Swords right after that, somebody or something isn't what it says it was, or it's, it appeared one way, but it's actually this way. And especially in regards to what someone is saying to you, or their outlook on whatever it is that you're doing, or the things that you are creating for yourself. Like, there is something around that isn't what it seems, and that's why this justice is here. That's why justice is here, because it's creating imbalance for you. And once that happens, then it gets more difficult to make decisions, because you're like, all right, well, I need to figure out what this is first before I can make my next step. Okay, Cancers? But, y'all be knowing. And don't ever let anybody make you feel like you're bugging for what you feel in your spirit and in your intuition, right? Cancer. So, that being said, let's move on to love and romance next. We're going to start with single and dating Cancers. See what's going on in your love lives. I know y'all been feeling something, so let's see. For single and dating Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, what's going on in their love lives? What do single and dating Cancers need to be aware of in regards to their relationships and love life? What do single and dating Cancers need to be aware of in regards to love and relationships? Alrighty. Ooh, alright. Alrighty. So, the first card that came out was the Seven of Cups. So, if you're single and dating, you definitely may feel as though there are a lot of directions to go in, or you might have suitors, a nice little roster, whatever you want to call it. You might have that going on for you right now, and there's, some choices that are available to you. The thing about choices, though, is that, depending upon where you're at with yourself and what you feel you need, some of these choices may apply and fit and be good for you, and others may not. So it's important that even though you have this plethora of options, to remain level-headed and clear-headed as you make your decisions. With Neptune and Jupiter retrograding in Pisces, it's very easy to get caught up in the fog of things, caught up in your fantasy, your ideology, or idealizing, what something could be, instead of seeing what the reality of the situation is. So I will say that having options is totally cool, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're single and dating. But be aware of that fog. Be aware of idealizing things and getting caught up in the potential of things and not seeing the reality, right? Because what you need to be aware of is, with this Two of Cups in reverse here, is making sure that you aren't engaging in situations or with people that are just taking and not giving. You know what I mean? You don't want to be caught up, like I said, even if you're dating, like you don't want to get caught up with somebody that can already show you that they're not willing to reciprocate, or they don't understand what your needs are, and they don't want to show up for you in the ways that you would like for them to show up for you. You know, that's very draining. And when you recognize that a partner is doing that for you, or doing that to you, sometimes Cancer, you can withdraw, or you can do what's called the fawn response and people please. And so now you're just giving, and not getting any reciprocation or replenishment back. And so now your cup is empty while theirs is overflowing, and they don't want to give you a sip. So be aware of those things, okay? And trust your intuition, okay? We have the High Priestess here at the bottom of the deck. So, you know, you might be dealing with Pisces, or a Pisces might be coming into your life. Someone with a strong Pisces placements. You might have strong Pisces placements. But trust your intuition when it comes to this. Trust what you feel when you are in someone's presence, when they say certain things to you, when they, bring you into certain spaces, or the type of dates that they want to take you on. Like, listen to your intuition, listen to your body and how that makes you feel, and then make your decisions, okay? Because you all are very aware of just how things feel, right? All water signs are very in tune with feeling. And by that I mean, like, you can just literally, you're just very sensitive to the emotions and feelings of others. So be aware of that, and make sure that you're not draining your cup to fill someone else's, and that you're not getting lost in the fog of possibility or of potential, and that you're actually seeing what's happening. You see that? I think that's even fog in here on this card, but you see it can get kind of distorted, so just make sure you're paying attention to that, okay? Alrighty, so now for committed Cancers and polyamorous or monogamous relationships, what's going on in love for you? Ooh, okay, I'm having trouble shuffling. Let's see. What is going on for you, Cancer? Committed Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, in monogamous or polyamorous relationships. And what do you Cancers in relationships need to be aware of in regards to love? Ooh. Alrighty. Okay, this isn't a bad spread. So the first card that came out was the Star. So this is Aquarius. You may have Aquarius placements, or you might be dealing with an Aquarius. This is a great card because this is about you and your partners knowing how to be your own person and be in a relationship, and be able to delineate yourselves as individuals, but also represent each other as partners and in this relationship, right? Because when you water yourself, then you water others, and that's what this Star card is really saying. You are in a very equal and symbiotic relationship, especially when it comes to the ways that you express yourselves and how you show up for each other. you're very much understanding of what you require and what your partner requires, and you can discuss these things with each other and show each other how you feel, and it aligns with what you all need for each other. But the thing to be aware of in your relationships with this 8 of Pentacles in reverse is, taking that time to still be an individual. If you haven't been, doing some things just by yourself lately, or tapping into the things that you personally like to do that doesn't necessarily involve your partner, do those things again, right? Because like I said, it's still about you maintaining who you are as an individual, and having those boundaries in that way. Because there are boundaries in a relationship too, and I don't like that people try to make it seem like having boundaries in relationships is a bad thing. They're actually super important and very necessary. So if you haven't been tapping into the things that you do on a personal level outside of your partner, do that. Start studying more, or researching the things that you like more, honing your crafts, honing your skills, doing all those kinds of things can just help fortify the relationship, but also keep you in line with who you are as an individual, right? We have the, and then we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse right after that. So kind of just like I was saying with the 8 here, getting into your crafts and things like that will definitely help you remember yourself, of course, and fortify your relationship. Because with this 9 of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom, as the overall energy here, you don't want to get bored with things, right? Like you don't want the relationship to get boring. You don't want to, like I said, kind of lose yourself and get bored with whatever is happening in your relationships. And you don't want to be looking at the next thing, especially, right? 9 is a number of independence. And when you're in a relationship, it's a different type of independence that you have, because you still have to consider another person. So talk with your partners if you feel like things need a little sprucing up, because that's what I feel like this means. Like things might have been getting kind of comfortable, and so now things need a little shake up. So talk to your partner about that, and be open and transparent and honest about, maybe some things that you want to add in the mix, or things that you want to change up, or even if you feel like your feelings are changing, express that, because it's something that, will allow you to speak your truth, and it'll really help you to keep yourself emotionally safe, because that's very important to you, and it can still keep the relationship strong regardless of how that conversation may end. And if it doesn't necessarily end well, that's something to take into consideration too, and figure out and come to a consensus on about what to do moving forward. So just listen to yourselves, be honest and open, get back into the things that you like to do personally, so you maintain your own identity still in your relationship, and you don't get lost in someone else's sauce. Alrighty, Cancers? So, now, let's look at career and finance. What is going on for Cancer's career and finances in July? sun, moon, and rising. Okay, let's see. Career and finance. What is going on for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in career and finance? Okay. And what do Cancers need to be aware of? No. And how can Cancers better their relationship with their finances and career? I'll take both of those. Okay. Alrighty. So the first card that came out was the Ace of Wands in reverse. I feel like this is specifically in regards to like what you're doing. Of course, right? This is okay. You might be you might be trying to figure out or working through like what else do you want to do, or if there are other things that you can get into, because there might be some things that you're doing now that may not be, you know, hitting as much as you'd like them to, or something that you are trying just isn't necessarily like sticking, and it has your it's kind of messing with your inspiration. Because it's hard to connect with something. I feel like it has you nervous. I have I'm feeling some, you know, solar plexus pressure. I feel like it's the fear of failure or even success that might be stopping you from pursuing whatever this new thing may be, or even just doing something differently. Like, I feel like the fear of not being good at it, or like I said, the fear of failing is stopping you from making those moves. But the way that you can better your relationship with money and your career is the sun here, to remember who you are. Remember that when you are doing what you love, it's easier to have faith. It's easier to believe in your abilities and your capabilities and what you're looking to accomplish. You might have Leo placements. You might be working with people with strong Leo placements. I feel like whatever it is that you're doing or wanting to do may put you in the spotlight more, and that also has you nervous and kind of anxious, right? With the Nine of Swords here too, that popped out with the Sun. Anxious about the attention that it's going to give you. So you're kind of holding back on doing anything because it's kind of nerve-wracking to think that, there's going to be more people engaging with you, more people looking at you, more things that you're going to feel from people as well. But if you worry too much about what that is going to bring into your life, then it's just going to bring you nothing but worry, right? So you have to remember that taking chances is important. You have to remember that in order to put yourself into different places and spaces in order to receive the abundance and prosperity that you're looking for, it requires risk. It requires putting yourself out there like the sun, right? It requires doing it through fear anyway, and hoping and believing in yourself that regardless of what happens, you will emerge okay on the other side. And yeah, again, listening to your intuition, right? The moon here in reverse, I feel like you, it's funny, the sun and the moon are here, right? You know, you might be questioning, again, what you're feeling, questioning your intuition, questioning, is this something that I should do? Is this something that I should invest in? I feel like I want to do it, but I don't know if I can, kind of thing. Like, trust what you're feeling and don't allow that doubt to stifle your inspiration and creativity, right? Because that's what the moon in reverse is also about, kind of like not listening to your intuition or doubting your intuition and stifling your creativity that way. So do yourself a favor and, you know, let the fear come through, but release it and do it scared anyway, because the worst that can happen is that you don't succeed. And just like Aaliyah said, you can dust yourself off and try again. You always have an opportunity to try again. So don't forget that when it comes to whatever endeavors for your career that you're looking to move into, whatever you want to invest your time and money into. It is a very emotional thing at the same time. So remember to stay in touch with your emotions that way, and don't allow the fear of failure, the fear of success, don't let the fear of putting yourself out there stop you from achieving what it is you actually want to achieve. Okay? And don't let anybody speak fear into your plans and what you want to do either. I just had to say that, because I feel like that happens a lot with Cancer placements. Alright, so lastly, we're gonna get some advice from my Oracle deck. So let's see. For Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, are there any last messages or advice for the month of July? Any last advice for Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? No? Let me give one more shuffle. Oh, there we go. Truth and integrity. This definitely gives me like Libra energy, also Leo energy, because of the sun illuminating right here, right? The totem is summer, the crystal is turquoise, and the number is 32, which breaks down to a 5. And that's the number of change, it's the number of freedom, travel, expansion in that way, right? 5 is the only number that has an opening at the beginning and an opening at the end. So very much about finding freedom for yourself, and doing so through truth and integrity, right? Just like with Libra, or just like when Justice came up in reverse at the beginning of this reading, you know, the light always will illuminate the dark, and you will be able to see through moving with truth and integrity who is not moving with truth and integrity around you, and how that has been affecting you throughout this month. You know, so don't be afraid to embrace that change that may come with, you know, seeing who's not or what is not aligning with the things that you want for yourself, and keeping yourself grounded in intention, in love, in truth, and honesty will lead you to wherever it is you want to go. So don't forget that, especially if you see other people succeeding or reaching new levels, but they aren't doing it in a way that is fair or just, that's not where you want to be, right? Here is where you want to be. So remember that, and keep that in mind when you have to make certain decisions about who is around you and about what and where you're investing your time, energy, and money as well. And energy meaning love, all of that stuff, right? Think about these things. Keep yourself grounded in those things, and allow the light to illuminate wherever you're walking on your path. Okay, Cancers? I hope this resonated with you all. Please feel free to like and share with the homies. Subscribe, of course. If you'd like a personal reading, I am open for bookings, so let me know. And if you'd like to tip, I'll leave all my info in the description box. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you next month.